This is Mark from Argos Dog Training. This is our second video in our toy series. Today we'll be covering interactive toys. That's toys that we, use to interact with our dogs. The toys themselves might not be that interactive, but the act of interacting with our dogs, using those toys makes them interactive. That makes sense? Check it out. Here it comes. Generally for the interactive toys, I don't usually leave them out for the dog to play with on their own. I usually will, oh buddy, let me give you something to do. I usually, when I'm dealing with interactive toys, I bring them out when it's time for me to interact with the dog more than just leaving them out, because I don't want the dog to get bored with the toy or see it too much. I want to keep some of that novelty as I have the interactive toys. So, interactive toys, those are things like this. This is a tug toy. It is great. It is fun to play with the dog. You could teach the dog to chase it and have fun with it. The thing about interactive toys is if they're left alone with the dog, or sometimes just over wear and tear from years, they start to change. Right? So you have to watch your dog. With all of these toys, you have to watch your dog, and you kind of have to know what kind of dog you have, what their temperament is. Because if I leave this on the ground with the wrong dog, it could turn into this. And this stuff, that's not food. That is something else. That is not food, but some dogs will eat it. Some dogs will not. All right, so that is a good one. I like this because it doesn't really feel like anything else that we have around our houses for dogs to chew on. The material feels different. It's a jute material, I think that's how you pronounce it. And it feels a little bit different. Another interactive toy is toys like this, stuffed toys, right? Stuffed toys, they're okay. Not my favorite toys for dogs because they look a lot like children's toys or like a teddy bear collection that somebody might have. And if your dog gets used to chewing on this, they're not going to be able to tell the difference between the $6 stuffed toy that you got for them to chew on and the, $200 bear you got last Valentine's Day that they're not supposed to chew on. So you have to be careful. It's good for tug of war. It's good for certain little dogs, especially puppies. I like these sometimes a lot. The thing about these, once again, if they're left alone with the dog can start to rip them apart. The dog can start to pull out this fuzz, and that they could start to chew on that, and that could be a little bit of a problem. I think this one actually came with a squeaker. I don't know where my squeaker is. I know this one has one in it, but it actually came with a squeaker. That also can come out and the dog can chew on it. It could be a choke hazard and so forth. Another interactive toy for me is the ball. I like to take these away. I teach the dog fetch. I use these for obedience training as much as I use them for everyday, just playing with the dog. The thing about the ball is that, first of all, the tennis balls with the felt on them, I'm not a big fan of those. When I was a younger dog trainer, my own Doberman, she used to play with this all the time, and the felt actually sanded down her teeth. So now she has shorter teeth than she should, and they're really flat on the end. I did not know that at the time. A vet told me that. They told me to use rubber balls. So from then on, I've always used rubber balls as the balls that I play with my dog. Of course, balls come in all different sizes, and it depends on the kind of dog you have, how big their mouth is, what kind of ball you want to use. This is another example of a ball. This one is fun because instead of, when you roll it, it doesn't roll straight. The feet make it bounce around, and it's harder for the dog to be able to find it, all right, or to be able to pick it up. But always go for a rubber ball, right? This is a chuck-it. They have balls. Chuck-its has balls where when you throw them, they make noises, which is really cool. It makes a little bit of a wind noise. So there's another thing about tennis balls that I did not mention. Now this ball is pretty solid, and doesn't seem like a dog can destroy that. But this happens to tennis balls as well, right? So once again, if you're gonna leave this out with your dog, watch your dog. Not every dog is capable of doing this, but some are. And this black rubber stuff, that is not food. And there's some dog out there that will be glad to eat that for no other reason than they're a dog and they will eat just about anything. Not all dogs, but some dogs will. Oh, you're not supposed to have that. You're supposed to have this, young fella. It's rubber. Excellent. I was talking before about that squeaky. Here's the squeaky. That squeaky went in this guy's head, but now it came out. That's not food, but I like having squeakies sometimes especially when I'm walking a puppy, because if I make that noise, they will look, they'll move towards it, and it's very helpful. Okay, so the other kind of toys I really like these a lot. These are my rope toys. So a regular rope toy would look like this. All the ones I use, they come as little knots. They come with a knot like that, and then I work my way and I get that open. I like them to be just a certain right length, to be able to play tug of war with the dog. I use this as an interactive toy. This is not a toy that I leave out with my dogs, for the very simple reason that a dog can do this to it pretty easily, and this after a while will start coming off. That could be entangled inside of a dog if they eat it. So we want to make sure that when we're dealing with these toys, there's a beginning to the game, there's an end to the game, and there's a middle, of course, to the game, right? This, I think, is a little bit safer, but there are some dogs, although this is pretty tough, and it won't shred like this will, it won't become like that, but even so, I know that there are dogs that could bite pieces of this off and they could become choke hazards and so forth. So we want to be careful. Once again, we have to watch our dog. Anything we leave with the dog, we have to watch the dog to see how they handle the toy. All right, that's very important. All right, the last toy is another interactive toy. This is one of my favorites, especially for puppies. It is called a flirt pole, right? Dog can learn tug on it. Dogs can play with it. They come with different lures. This lure is pretty cool because it has that plastic crinkly sound inside of it. Dogs like that. It also in the head, it has a squeaker, and dogs like that too, right? Another lure is this one. This one just has just a feathery thing. I could put this on top of this flirt pole as well, and dogs like that. This one probably will last a lot longer. It doesn't squeak though, but he will definitely chase it. It's kind of like a huge cat toy, right? It's like a really big cat toy. What are you itching? Why are you itching? Well, he's itching. Can't chase and itch at the same time. I like these because I don't have to move around a lot in order to get the dog to chase it when they're ready to chase it, right? I could go here, and then I could go there, and I could stay in one spot. It's pretty cool. All right, so that's another toy that I like, interactive toy. We play with it, then we stop. He's liking this one a lot. But we play with it, and then we stop playing with it. Be careful if you leave it out for your dog, which I do not recommend. Be careful because they can take this apart pretty easily. Okay, those are our toys. I hope that you found this episode very enlightening and maybe enjoyable. If you like what you saw, definitely subscribe to our channel and check the description below for more of our content on our other social media outlets. Enjoy your day, enjoy your dog.